It's fantastic. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Quick little intro because I got things to say today. My name is Alexis. I was once a social worker, now I'm a personal trainer. I like fashion. I think that about covers it. I have a very important message for you today. I know you know what it is because of the title. I'm gonna lead up to it anyway. Let's all pretend we don't know what I'm about to talk about so that way I can have the theatrical build to the topic. What I wanna tell you today, you, no matter who you are, you, is that you need to go to therapy. And let me tell you why. So basically, I fought therapy for the longest time. I have a video with my mental health journey. I'll link it below. I talk about taking Zoloft and stuff, which I'm still taking. I was diagnosed with anxiety. I have depressive episodes. I have panic disorder. It's just, I got a nice little mix of things. So I tried therapy back when I was in grad school. I saw just like this random therapist and she and I did not really vibe very well. I just really didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it. So I was like, fuck therapy, I don't need it, it's not helpful. Anyway, I'm on medication now, I'm good. I thought that way for literally years. I am now 27. So last year, my beautiful friend Nika told me again and again that she was having an amazing experience in therapy and that I should do it. And she kept telling me and I kept thinking, I literally went to school for social work. Like, what are they gonna tell me that I haven't already learned to tell myself? Like, that sounds like a waste of money, a waste of time, whatever. So finally, I was getting to the point where although my anxiety symptoms were well managed, I still was having some patterns in my life and some thought patterns that I couldn't seem to get out of. Just a lot of people pleasing, a lot of social anxiety, a lot of being terrified that people are mad at me, a lot of not doing things I want to do because I was scared of what people close to me would think, and I was scared of people leaving me, and I just had a lot of those kind of things. So although I felt like I was getting better, there were still so many thought patterns that I could not break out of, and I just kind of thought I would live with them, I guess, or I thought if I kept taking Zoloft, they would magically go away. Spoiler alert, that did not happen. So finally, I was like, okay, in the year of 2020, I am going to live for myself. I didn't know I'd be living for myself in my house constantly due to quarantine, but I was like, I'm gonna fully get rid of these negative, limiting thoughts I'm having and just do it. And I knew I needed help. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try the therapist that my friend Nika recommended to me because she moved and was no longer seeing her. So I reached out to this therapist and had my first session and have been going every week or every other week since. It has dramatically shifted the way I think. It has dramatically shifted my confidence in myself and in what I do. It has instilled such good habits in me, and I really, really am so grateful that I finally did it. I have more specific things to say, not just, I loved it, so you should do it, goodbye. There are things that you don't realize are affecting your thoughts. There are things that have happened in your life that you don't realize are affecting your thoughts. There are so many like little conversations I've had in the past that continue to bother me, and I didn't even really realize it until my therapist pushed me on a certain belief and asked, when's the first time you thought this? I would finally get to the root of the thought, which was a certain conversation I had 5 years ago that seemed insignificant, but now I realize there's a reason I remember it so well. It's because it really had an impact on my brain and how I viewed myself in the world. So first of all, it's helpful to be able to pinpoint things like that you may need pushing from a third party to get to. And then once you have like that memory that is a sore spot for you, she worded it such a good way to me. She said, once you pinpoint the memory, you can process it in therapy as many times as you want. And it's kind of like when you have a knot in your hair and you just run a brush through it over and over again until it's smooth. We did that with a couple things that were bothering me, and I just told the story over and over again, and then I was able to not have heightened anxiety about it. I was able to not let it dictate how I felt. And different therapists have different approaches, but her approach was that, and it's something I never would have thought to do because I love avoiding. If there's a memory that makes me feel not perfect, then I'm just gonna shove it away, and that is, as it turns out, not super helpful. That was life-changing in itself. And another thing is something that I figured would help me if I was consistent with it, but I just never held myself accountable to be consistent with, is mindfulness. Don't turn off the video, hold on. Because I know people who get diagnosed with anxiety, people will say, try meditation, try mindfulness, and it's annoying to hear that. And it's not a fix-all, but I knew it was something that I should practice so I can utilize in moments that my anxiety is heightened. And I know it's just centering, and I always feel better after I do it. I just, for some reason, could not make myself do it consistently. She holds a space for us to practice that, just 5 to 10 minutes a week. We either start the session with that, or if it's an emotional session, we'll end the session with that. And to have just a third party to read the guided meditation while I just sit there and like make me do it and have that space held for me to do it is extremely helpful. And you can ask your therapist if that's something you want to implement into your sessions, you can ask them. So that's another thing. The last really important thing that I've discovered through therapy is that it helps me not be so fixated on things that are making me anxious during the week. So if something happens that like triggers me, or just I keep getting in a ruminating loop about, people with anxiety especially know what I'm talking about when you ruminate on something. Now that I'm in therapy, I can take that thought, I can take that incident, I can take that whatever, and I can be like, okay, I'm just gonna talk to my therapist about this on Thursday. And I just put it in a box, a, philosophical box. I don't really think about it all day, every day, because I have a time and a place to talk about it, to process it, to get through it. So instead of thinking about something that happened on Monday all week, I'm just like, okay, I will think about this, process this, and talk about this on Thursday during my session. And it just really gives you room and space to not have to constantly worry about it, because you'll be able to talk to your therapist about it, and you can together come up with a solution of either what action to take or how to mentally cope with it. It's helped me so much, and that's another thing that I just didn't realize I would get out of therapy. I didn't think about it in a way of I would have a space to talk about things that bothered me. Those were 3 points specific to me, but I've heard those points used with others as well. I just know that those are 3 common benefits that people get from therapy. I would even refuse to watch videos and read things about how you should go to therapy because I really thought it wouldn't help me. So I know a lot of people won't even click on this video if you're in that space, but I hope this kind of helped convince you. The other problem I know people face is finding a therapist that works for them. I got lucky that the second therapist I ever tried was very good for me. Sometimes you will need to try a few before one really clicks with you. And that can be frustrating. Some people get it in the first couple, like myself. Some people it takes 5 or 6 or 10, which is frustrating, but once you find that good one, it's fantastic. It's worth it. Easy to say from my standpoint where I found one almost immediately, but now that I have a good one, I can tell you that it's worth any amount of work you'll have to put into it. The last thing is money. I know therapists can be super expensive, but there are options. If people are interested, just let me know and I will quickly get out another video with more in-depth ways of finding a therapist. I want to make sure I'm up to date on all the most recent information and affordable ways to find a therapist, like if you're not insured, if you don't have medical insurance, because I just want to make sure I'm fully educated. But if you do have insurance, you can call your provider and ask for a list of therapists that they cover that are in your area. I just dialed up Blue Cross Blue Shield and they were able to send me a list. That's how you do it if you have medical insurance. If you don't, then like I said, I'm gonna do some research and put out another video if you're interested in that. So just let me know. Yeah, that's basically it. So with the mix of therapy and my Zoloft, I have been feeling amazing. Like I've been feeling great. If anything bothers me, it doesn't disrupt my life as much as it did previously. So I am so grateful that I decided to jump into therapy, and I just wanted to share that with you guys and hopefully even reach one person who's considering it or one person who thinks they don't need it. And I don't know how persuasive I was in this video. I just kind of spoke from my heart and my experience. But if you have any questions, please comment below. Talking about mental health is like one of my favorite topics to talk about. Ask me questions, let me know. I love you so much. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to take care of yourself mentally. If you feel like that's a department that you're struggling in, then I really think therapy could help you. Thank you so much for watching. You didn't even have to, and you did anyway, and it means so much to me. Give this video a thumbs up if you want. It helps me a lot, and this is a message I'd like to get out to humans. Subscribe if you want, and follow me on Instagram @AlexisClaireFit. That's it. Love you so much. Have a great day. Stay safe and go to therapy. Bye.